We suffered for like 3 months, receiving threats directly to our homes, threatening to kill our families, our friends, cars out of our homes, observing you 24/7. Spy software on our phones that was bought illegally from the Mexican government. The fear of violence, the fear of criminality is so high in this country that people stop going out at night. This is not an easy job to do, but somebody has to do it. The war on drugs is a policy that was put in place by President Calderon in December 2006. This particular policy took the military out on the streets in every single state to open fire against everybody who was involved somehow in the drug trade, incarcerating people for using drugs, dealing with very small quantities of drugs, or just living in the communities where illegal crops were being produced. Politicians normally frame security issues as threats to scare populations away with actions like declaring a war on drugs in a country that didn't even use that many drugs in 2006. This policy created a lot of harm and undermined human rights in all sorts of ways.
The Mexican war on drugs, it's proven to be detrimental to human health, to civil rights, and to not at all address the issue of consumption. If the government is actually serious to crack down on it, on consumption and on the trade and on the production, then the way to deal with it is regulating the market.
We have to change our mindsets and talk about the drug phenomena as it is.
Estoy aquí con ustedes para hablar de un tema que durante muchísimos años fue tabú y que ha causado muchísimo daño en este país. Estoy aquí para hablarles de drogas, y drogas a partir de la perspectiva de derechos humanos.
It's a policy choice to deal with this issue from a more humane, comprehensive, and effective perspective. We reframed the issue, we went for the human stories. The story of a farmer in the state of Guerrero that doesn't really have any other choice because criminals control what's being produced and they're forced to grow an illegal crop. And when we found the human stories, the public actually felt the empathy. Surprisingly, most of the people involved in the illegal trade of drugs, from production to final sale, would rather actually be part of a legally regulated market because what they want is better ways to actually thrive into a regular economy. It will also open better opportunities for enforcement to actually be effective and go after the most problematic actors of this market. We needed the court system to start creating precedents that will force change to a certain extent. These two pieces of paper represent the last 6 years of my work. It's the jurisprudence issued by the Supreme Court in which they tell every single judge in the country that they will have to rule in favor of people asking for permits to use cannabis personally without intending to sell it. Creating these contradictions within the system using strategic litigation was key to pass the medicinal cannabis law in 2017. And it's going to be crucial for 2019 to fully regulate this market for all its purposes, industrial, medicinal, and personal use. Change is possible in the short term by reforming drug laws, but also by reforming the way we approach drugs in general. We have to change these policies because the way we've been dealing with them is causing much more harm. It's also about sensitizing people about the human rights violations being committed. I will dedicate my life to try to stop these authoritarian pulsions of militarizing the life of our country, whether it's public security or drug policy. What we're doing is fighting for a civilian government that has the right security strategies and adopts the right drug policy strategies.